Summer in the City was amazing.
Make some noise!
Asses in my camera.
These are my live band, they're called the Nile Horns.
So we've invited YouTube over.
How are you guys doing today? You good?
Well, you all look
Sexy.
Right, okay, drop it like it's tepid.
Oh my god, what is
Who's Gallifrey? So many people.
Jamaican tuck monkey.
I'm not actually gonna do it.
Chris, Charlie.
Look at Jack. Look at Jack. Look at Jack. That is superpower.
Not one cycle with a problem, even though we'd be a perfect match. Kiss you. Dash trench coat, top hat. If you don't know what I want, yeah. Still down.
Hello, people of the interweb. I'm back from London. Losserine, you got back from London 2 weeks ago. I know, but I've had insert excuse here. So for those of you that don't know, Summer in the City is like a gathering where YouTubers and people that watch YouTube meet up and hang out and stuff. It's sort of evolved from this small meetup that started with just a few people in a field somewhere into this big convention that was held in Alexandra Palace in London this year. Even though I have known about Summer in the City and wanted to go for about 3 years now, this was actually the first year I could go because London is a 259-hour walk from Barcelona. I kind of had to prepare myself a bit for that. I am just joking. I got a plane. I'd like to apologise for my lack of footage from Summer in the City. I was too busy having a good time to actually film things. So I kind of want to talk to you guys about the whole experience really, because it was quite intense. I had been saving up for 8 months for just 2 days. And in those 2 days, a lot of stuff happened. The first thing I want to say, I got to meet quite a few YouTubers that I've watched for a long time. And they were all absolutely lovely. Personally, I was kind of afraid I'd freak out a bit. But as soon as I got there, they were all just like, "Hi, it's lovely to meet you." Oh, okay. They're treating me like a normal person. Well then, I can treat them like a normal person. And then all my worries about possibly puking on a YouTuber went away. Yay, YouTubers! Woo! It's not that I expected the YouTubers to be horrible or anything, but it's just quite refreshing when you have the person you've been watching for so long in front of you and they are exactly how you expected them to be. And you know, apart from all the YouTubers, you could literally just sit in a queue and start talking to someone and I guarantee you will have something in common with that person. I didn't actually meet anyone that I didn't get along with. And I was social. I mean, YouTube saves lives, man. Parents are worried about their kids staying indoors on the computer all day. That's why Summer in the City was created. Another thing I really liked about Summer in the City was that there was this creative vibe sort of everywhere. I'd say about 70-80% of the people at the gathering were content creators themselves, and you could just feel the imagination in the air. That was just really nice, because I like creating content, but I think I'd probably like it a lot more and do a lot more if I was constantly surrounded by a group of people that wanted to do the same. Does that make sense? Or does that just make me sound lazy? I have friends out there in the real world, but, you know, it was kind of nice to just have YouTube people. So the event went on from about 12 in the morning to about 9 at night, and most of the day I spent walking around with my friend Lala, queuing up to meet YouTubers and stuff. But in the evening, all the meet and greets and all the other activities going on sort of closed down and everyone went to the main stage. So I got to see a lot of YouTube musicians perform, YouTube vloggers talk. There were like these panels where YouTubers would sit down and answer questions. It was just a really motivating thing to see. It made me realize that if you really, really want to, you could make some freaking awesome content. And that's what I'm going to try to do from now on, even though school's starting back and my life is going to go down the toilet. It was really inspiring, and I think I needed that. So there's very few bad things I have to say about Summer in the City. One of the obvious ones is going to be that there were a few YouTubers that sadly, although I would have liked to, I didn't get to meet. Queues were crazy, and people... Most of the official meet and greets were a bit of a disaster because the queues seemed endless and the rooms that they were held in were at full capacity in about 2 minutes. And then there were unofficial meet and greets without security, without like barriers, and that was nice because it felt a bit more natural, but I'd say it was quite tiring for them at the same time. So there's one thing that I would like to sort of complain about. There was the room where the main stage was, which was probably the biggest room, and then there were these other rooms. The room where the meet and greets was held was quite a bit smaller than the room where the main stage was, and I think it would have made more sense to have held them there because you would have fit more people in, and the people that were queuing for so long, they would have had something to do while they were in the queue because there was always stuff on the main stage. And the reason that the queues for the official meet and greets were so big was because of the second thing I'm going to complain about: fangirls. I consider myself a fangirl because I am a fan, and I'm also a girl, and I do obsess over things, but I have respect for people. Although not all fangirls are like this, a lot of them can get a bit hardcore. Fangirls are like flies. There's a lot of them. They're always going to be around somewhere. And although they can be quite annoying, most of them will hover around you until they realize that your Dan is not on fire, and then they'll go away. There are the ones that you just sort of wave away and they'll fly off. And then there are the other ones that you'll wave away and for some reason they'll keep coming back and back and back and back again. And they're the kind of fangirls I want to complain about. When I say fangirls, that includes boys, because boys can be fangirls too. Trust me, they can. I saw a lot of people screaming and running and pushing people and jumping over people, and this small portion of people were the only people at Summer in the City that I actually had a problem with, because they forgot one very important thing, and that is respect. This is a message to all fangirls. Whatever it is you're a fan of, you can love it, you can adore it, you can obsess over it. That's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, they are just people, just like you and me, and no one deserves to have to stand at the end of a queue just constantly being screamed at and jumped on and attacked. And I can understand why lots of the YouTubers didn't leave the green room after their official meet and greets were finished, because a lot of them just got bombarded with that small portion of people constantly for the entire weekend of Summer in the City. And it's a real shame because it was a really awesome gathering, and I just feel like they didn't get to enjoy it like the rest of us. So, respect. Just a little bit of respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. All in all, it was a great weekend. I met some amazing people, I made some awesome friends, I got some damn hot souvenirs. I will definitely be going back to Summer in the City, and hopefully I will be a much better YouTuber by then. Thank you for watching this probably really long vlog because I can't shut up, and I will see you real soon. So, yay for that, and I love you, and goodbye.
Loss may be a lunatic, but you are a legend. Subscribe!